In this walkthrough video, we'll show you how to create and manage accounts after we migrate to an organization. So continuing from before, right-click the notification tray icon and choose Refresh Login unless you're still logged in, enter your password and hit Return. Go back to the menu, right-click and go to License and Components. The Convert button on the top left here allows us to migrate from an individual account to an organization. Now the name has to be based on your account or your email address's domain name. So Gmail dash, we can type anything we want. After that, we'll call our organization Definisec T1. We hit OK and this will automatically migrate to an organization and we can log back in with our password and get the prompt that says we're now the administrator. So that brings us down to step 4, step 5. This prompts us to export our organization keys. Before, we only had account keys. Now we have organization keys. So we say yes, and again, we create a new password, and we want to take this key file and move it after we export, take it off of the machine. So let's go create a couple accounts. We right-click, and now we have a different menu because we're an administrator. So at the top, Administer Users, choose Manage. Not a beautiful dialogue, but it does what we need it to. On the left, the set of users we're managing. On the right, the policy controls to change the accounts. Click New, and we'll stick with the approach we've been using, and we'll type in Definisec plus test1 user1 at gmail.com to use the alias, and we'll just say save to take the inherited defaults. I'm going to show you another way to do this. Click OK to dismiss that dialog. Right-click the notification icon and come back to Administer Users, but choose Add User. Now you can just type in the username directly, test1u2 for user2 at gmail.com. And we hit Return, and the user's created. It uses the same inherited default policy configuration that we did before because we didn't change anything. So we hit OK and we can add another one if we choose, or hit Escape to stop the sequence. Now we change over to the context of the first new user to actually register the account. So right-click your icon and choose Refresh Login. In the Profile drop-down, choose Register Existing. Type in the email address, Definisec plus test1 user1 at gmail.com. Now we need the password that will be in our email. So we come to the Gmail inbox and we see that we have two entries. We have one for test1 user1, one for test1 user2. So let's make sure we get the right password, copy it, paste it, and choose register. And of course we have to create a password we'll use to log in. And this is where it tells us we can't do anything until an administrator validates the account. The administrator will get an email notification and they can pick up the phone and call you however they choose to make sure that this email wasn't intercepted. Let's go ahead and register user 2 while we're here. Definisec plus test1 user 2, and we'll take its password from the email, copy it, paste it, and create our password to log in, same notification. Okay, and that brings us all the way down to step 21 to validate. So in the profile dropdown, go back to your administrator account, Definisec plus test1, and your login credential, and presumably you'd still be logged in. Come back to administer users and come back to manage. Now if we click on test1 user 1, we notice the validate and dismiss buttons are enabled. Let's say we called user 1 and verified. We click validate. And we're going to confirm that, yes, that user is now valid within our organization. They get email that says you can now log in, and they can. Click on user 2. Let's dismiss that user. We're going to say that maybe something happened, and we say dismiss, and that user is now removed from the list. Go to the second part of the tutorial will cover signups and how people can join your organization externally. So for now, that's it.